invited these three lovely people over to my house to lie to me, because they're all very good at lying, aren't you?
That was
No.
a lie.
Cool, thank you for taking the bait that I set up. We're going to be playing Two of These Three People Are Lying, which is a game taken from Tom Scott and the Technical Difficulties. I'm original. I come up with original video, I guess.
We come up with original copying.
Right,
Yes.
clearly. So basically, all of us have gone through Wikipedia, and we've all picked two articles out from the wild miasma of information there, and we put them on little scraps of paper in this box. And basically what's going to happen is that whoever's guessing is going to pick out an article from random at this box and read it out. One of these people will know exactly what's on that article. The other two will have no fucking clue what's going to be on the article, and they will just have to wildly lie about it to me. Or whoever's guessing. I'm going first with guessing, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, all I will have to do is guess who is telling the truth and who is lying based on the things that they tell me. And so, without further ado...
Hold on, you haven't introduced us.
Oh, yes. Hi, I'm Kitty. This is Junpei. This is Janice. This is Alice. We're all she, her.
Yes.
She, her gang.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cool. And I guess without further ado and without further waffling, we're gonna start lying. So our first article is the unanswered question.
Okay, who's starting?
So I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds to either think of a lie if you're, it's not yours, or just contemplate the meaning of life if it is yours. And I feel like I should get a notebook or something. All right, everybody thought up lies?
Sure.
Well,
Okay.
in that case, feel free to kick us off. What is the unanswered question? Just in one sentence.
This is a question about the human condition.
Okay. Human condition? Sure. Yeah.
This was a book sold on shelves that caused a lot of controversy.
That's pretty good, Alice.
It's a post-tonal orchestra piece by Charles Ives.
For this being the first time we've ever done it, those were all extremely convincing. Okay, so... Alright, question about the human condition?
Yeah, so this is a philosopher called Jeremy Kahn, and
Okay. No, continue.
and he was really into stuff about like people, like like anthropology.
You got it.
There we go.
You got
I'm
it.
good at pronouncing things, and he was a bit of an orphan. He didn't really grow up with like knowing and like being very close with other people.
Sure.
I'll move
So,
on
what,
now.
what, no, what is, no, you've got to tell me, what is the
Oh,
unanswered
don't mean
question? No,
okay.
just tell me what the, wait, do you know what the question is?
Oh yeah, of course. So it's about, are there actually any other people other than yourself?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I think, no, I'm thinking of a different philosophy thing.
I also think of the same philosophy thing.
I was thinking of a different philosophy.
Descartes,
Yep.
probably.
Descartes, probably. Fucking Descartes. Yeah, no, okay. That's convincing. Jen?
Okay, so this is made by an artist. It's not like an actual
Oh, boy.
book writer, right?
Sure.
And artists, as they do, the unanswered question was a book you could buy in any old bookstore, right? I think it was sold somewhere in England.
Yeah.
And when you went to the store, it was made to be on the front, and you were not allowed to open the book before you bought it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
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 It sold for about, I think, £5.
I wouldn't buy that book.
Okay.
That feels like entrapment.
It's like black book on
Sure,
the cover in like nice way. It's got the unanswered question. I saw it in the picture, right?
Sure.
And people would buy it because it's sort of curious.
Sure.
Open it. It has a lot of fake pages, but one actual page.
Okay.
And
Not a lot
in
of
like
bang for your
big
buck,
big
but-
black text, is like why full stop.
Not even a question mark.
No.
Okay.
Just why?
Okay.
No,
so,
no, stop there. That's...
So a lot of people got very upset.
No, I can imagine.
A lot of people tried to return this book.
I mean, free diary.
The artist did end up taking most of them back.
Sure.
But a lot of frustration ensued.
No,
Some people
I
actually
can
got this as like a Christmas gift.
Hey, sure. Who buys someone a book that they don't know about for Christmas?
I'd
Anyway,
say,
no.
I would.
Yes, you would. Alice, music work, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a work for orchestra in which a group of druids who are kind of
Okay.
they're just kind of like hanging out, meditating on, life, the universe, and everything are
Sure.
represented by a high drone from basically the entire string section that sort of slowly really
Oh, you're
slowly.
singing it. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
No,
And,
I'm into it.
It sort of repeats, and there are sort of occasional interjections from groups of trumpets and flutes who are kind of trying to bust in and ask the
Sure.
druids a question, but they just kind of keep meditating. And yeah,
Sure. Did you have a composer name for that? Or
Ives. Charles Ives.
Okay. That means nothing to me. Okay. Any follow up stuff on the philosophical thing?
Or any questions?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any questions or? Wait, wait.
Do you have an unanswered question?
Do you have?
I have many unanswered questions. I don't have any real follow-up questions for that because I am pretty sure you're one of the liars. Because you said, I think you said Philip Kant, but the philosopher Kant, Immanuel, his name is Immanuel Kant.
Why can't there be two Kants?
Yeah,
that
true.
they can.
They can.
They can.
Very-
Oh god. And that's the reason I'm kind of shying away from yours because I am a philosophy person sometimes, occasionally, and I don't know. Some of it does ring true enough that there's a possibility, but the book thing is. What? Well, did you say the name of the person who did it, or can you not remember?
Reginald?
Okay, that's not convincing. Want to try again?
Reginald?
Reginald.
Reginald.
Right. Okay.
I was more
Yeah,
interested in the book.
No, fair enough. Do you know where that was, like, country?
Situate. I said England.
Oh, England. Okay. Huh.
Seems like a very
Oh, well, this is a good stop because honestly, I'm pretty torn. I'm gonna say Alice just because it seems like the sort of article you pick up, although you could just.
make it up.
I'm gonna go with Jen specifically because the druid thing was just so fucking wild. It felt like too much of a specific detail. Jen, was it you?
No.
Alice!
Telling a book you can't open?
Druids?
I should also clarify
Yeah, please.
that I was looking. I didn't look for a Wikipedia article
On
I
music,
knew the
you just-
piece and looked for a Wikipedia article on it.
That is Drew. I need you to elaborate on the druid bit, please.
No, it was.
No, you're not gonna elaborate. Okay.
No,
cool.
I really don't know. It was there.
Hey, unanswered question.
There's like this whole thing. I think probably Ives wrote it himself in program notes.
Sure. Yeah.
About it's kind of fun to play.
Yeah,
as a
you know what?
string player.
I should have guessed when you started singing it. That should have been my first
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you should.
That should have been.
Should I just start singing all my answers?
Yes, clearly. No, don't
it's
do that.
really stupid because there's these little trumpet and flutes like and
So, yeah,
amongst each other.
I will listen to that as soon as we're done.
It's not really worth listening to. It's just fun. to
Sure.
play.
So that's a point for Jen.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
No, Alice doesn't get a point.
No.
because-
Okay. The Boltzmann brain.
Sorry.
Spelt BOLTZMANN and then brain.
Maybe pass it around so everybody can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also give us like 30 seconds to remember what we read about this article.
Because we all read it.
Yeah, we all
obviously.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you like to ask first?
John, do pass on left. So you go.
Sure. Okay. So the Boltzmann brain is a brain that was illicitly procured and passed around like the American Midwest.
Okay.
A Boltzmann brain is this sort of not metaphysical, it's physics / sort of probability, I guess, argument that a complete human brain, complete with memories of a human life, is more likely to have just randomly, spontaneously occurred in a void than the entire universe as it is.
We're going philosophical. It's not an architectural thing in Switzerland. Like it's not like a building. I don't know how to describe. I skimmed this at like 11 o'clock last night.
Like a sculpture?
It's sculpture. It's the entrance to a building, basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
in Switzerland.
John, do you want to elaborate a bit?
Okay, so Set yourself up. You're a recent immigrant into the American Midwest. Herman Boltzmann, right? You are. Some people are a little bit racist towards you. Shoot you. Leave your corpse on the road. Well, you can't let a good body to go to waste. Eventually got found. And some whacker was like, what if I present this, right? Every little kid wants to see a dead body, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Right? There are like some
I
traveling
think they did.
circuses, right? And for some reason, so instead of reporting it to the police, they took it to the circus, where they sort of showed it off. And over time, the body did as bodies do and started to decay.
Decompose, yeah,
Decompose, right?
sure.
As it went on, they eventually sold the individual body pieces to people.
Sure.
And someone who was a scientist was like, "Oh, I'll take the head, please." I think it sold for around $100 USD back then. That was it's essentially a rotting head.
Right.
Which are the rotting heads that are in high demand.
Scientist takes it, dissects it, doesn't really know who the head belonged to originally, but looks at it and then sells more bits of it, sells the brain, right?
Sure.
And so it ends up finally in the hands of this drug prevention government agency, and they're like, this is your brain on meth, or this is your brain on X amount of drugs, right? And so
And it's just a rotting brain.
it's just a rotting brain.
Sure.
It's after the scientists got it, right? That was
Hey, Jen,
it was preserved.
I know I'm the one who's telling the truth. But,
Yeah, Jen, that's messed up.
Jen,
What?
you're lying. You're obviously lying
Am I
because I'm the
lying?
one that's telling the truth, obviously.
But
I want to cut open your head and see your brain. Because there is something going on in there.
Look, it was just a fun. I would call it fun Wikipedia article.
Are you convinced?
I
I
heard.
know I'm not because I know I'm the one telling the truth.
I found-
obviously.
I
I'm
found-
sure you're not convinced anyway. Jan seems to have that talent.
I found this story on YouTube, okay? And I was like, this is a really
This is
good
going to be
story.
a really great story for Kitty's YouTube thing, where she decides to present herself to the internet properly for the first time. It's going to really traumatize the viewers. Can we move on? I want to know about Hellas's thing.
Oh, right. I forgot. Okay, so...
The metaphysical.
Metaphysical / probability. It's actually a counter-argument to, I believe, the Boltzmann dude who's in the name, who said that something about the probability of the universe just showing up completely randomly
Right.
as
okay.
is. There was also some stuff in the article about how to determine if you are in fact a Boltzmann brain. Because
That's
look,
fun,
the idea is this is a complete human brain, complete with a set of memories of a human life. So for all you know, you could be remembering things in your very, very short life as a completely exposed, full human brain floating out there in the void of space.
Wait, so how exactly do you tell if you are a brain?
Wiki how?
Don't know, I didn't read that part, but I would go with the usual Descartes stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Probably.
Think therefore I am.
Yeah.
I am a brain.
Well, I mean, yeah, we all are.
Yeah. Alex is a
Yeah,
Boltzmann brain.
but are you a brain or are you a brain within a body or are you a brain observing this specific thing at this current moment right now rather than experience a memory as your brain, like I said, freezes and decays?
Hey, we're lying to each other, not trying to give each other an existential crisis.
Why not
But
both?
you guys...
That's all I'm good at.
Fair. Oh yes, Switzerland architectural thing. Made by Friedrich Boltzmann. Boltzmann? I think that pretty sure it's pronounced like that. I don't know how I could get any margin of error. It's a city in Switzerland. I'm sorry, I'm very bad with names, and it was a weird Swiss name, so I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a big arch-like building. There was a picture of it. pretty recent-ish, I think built in 2001. The most notable thing about it is what the locals have termed as Boltzmann brain outside, because it's this big kind of wrinkly dome sort of thing that you have to walk through. It looks silver. I think it's made out of like steel or something. You have to walk through to get into this government building, and it is modeled after kind of, you know, cerebellum, everything. I don't know. I found it looking on random, so it's not particularly interesting. I just thought it looked cool. It's a weird one. It's like it's kind of like called the Boltzmann brain in the same way that Cloudgate is called the beam. It's like, you know.
Oh, that's a brain!
Although it is actually called the Boltzmann brain, that's the English translation. I feel like I should be clear on that one.
Yeah.
But I can't speak Swiss. Do they speak Swiss in Switzerland? I'm
Yes.
really showing my
Yes.
answer.
Swedish is the word.
No,
Yep.
they speak Switzerland.
They do speak.
Switzerlandish.
To my Swiss viewers, I do apologize. Yeah, if I have any.
Swiss viewers.
I don't have any viewers, Alice.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will. Well, not anymore. Not after this.
Okay, I'm kind of convinced between us and Kitty's because they provided why it's the Boltzmann. Whereas
It's his last name.
The last
Yeah,
name.
it's
No,
the
she
Boltzmann.
did. She did say it was the dude who was killed
Yeah.
by.
It was
but-
killed.
how
That's
would
why
they
it's
know
his
that?
friend.
oh, so it's the Boltzmann.
How would they know
brain.
that?
Yeah, like well,
How would they know that was his name?
they're like, what is this brain like? At some point, a government agency, right? You put it on the news, right? Government agency comes along and says, where did you get this brain? And so he points back to the scientist. Scientist points back to the circus, and then this like 5-year investigation as to where it came from.
Sure.
It's eventually tracked down.
Because obviously there's a paper trail for a guy who was lying dead on the side of the road.
There was a photo of him in the
Well, to be
circus.
fair, that does sound like the sort of thing you'd listen to in one of those
True crime, yeah.
the videos, yeah. But
And it does
obviously,
sound like the
since
sort
I'm
of thing-
obviously telling the truth,
Yeah, Jan's obviously lying.
yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. So,
I think I'm gonna go Kitty because your outburst and you speaking the truth was more convincing than anybody else.
well, that's a shame because I was in fact pulling that out of my ass. It was you again?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Cool.
very unconvincing.
Even when you're telling the fucking truth.
Well, hopefully you're
Yeah.
more unconvincing when you're lying and you're
That,
like,
that is in fact a point to me. We're gonna actually have to break for a moment because Alice has got to find some new articles. Because we've used up.
Yeah. You did.
Sorry, Alice. Jan's picking out a new one. And hopefully it's not Alice because I want to hear her lie today
Huh.
in the least creepy way possible.
Okay.
Yeah?
Today we'll be talking about the money pit.
The money pit. Yeah.
The money pit.
Okay.
Do I have to?
Take us away.
Fine.
Alright, Alice, tell me about the money pit.
Okay. So when people talk about Oak Island gold, this is the mystery they're talking about.
I'm not. familiar.
Okay.
That's
The
okay,
money-
we'll
Okay,
move
that's
on.
fine.
Yeah. Do I have to? Okay, fine.
It's so just so that I can get a sense of like what everyone's
Yeah,
talking
sure.
about.
It was an American gambling ring, kind of that operated in I think it's the 1700s.
1700s gambling ring. Where was this?
America.
This is a Minecraft adventure map.
Okay, we've taken very different tacks for this one.
Yes.
Yes.
1700s and Minecraft. Okay. Alice, what is this mystery?
So I don't remember exactly when, probably because it's been a while, but the original thing is that there was some sailor or other said that this was where Captain Kidd buried his treasure. So a bunch of people were like, oh, okay, treasure. And they went to this place, there's this, I don't remember, is it a well or a pit? Anyway, they call it the money pit, so I assume it's a pit. Anyway, they sort of dug in, and they found all these sort of layers of bracing around the hole of different things like that. There was oak, they found this stone with like weird inscribed carvings on it. At several different points the pit flooded and they had to go and investigate a cove nearby, but that's still the place where the gold is rumoured to be buried.
So the money in this sense is the gold at the bottom of the well.
Presumably, yes.
So it's like, is this like an actual mystery or is this like a mystery book?
No, this is an actual mystery.
And they
Like
just
I said,
find a
Oak
lot.
Island. It's in Canada,
Ah,
I think. Oak Island's in Canada, right? I don't know. I'm not American.
Canadian pirates?
No, it was.
Okay. Like I'm American. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I don't know why I'm helping you.
Is Oak Island a real place?
It's not.
Okay. Gambling pit in the 1700s.
Gambling pit. No, it was a gambling. There's a business. I don't know.
Casino?
I say gambling ring. It was like a gambling establishment. Let's go with establishment. So at the time, like the article itself was pretty short, but there were like the main reason why this is an article is because there's this book about con artistry in America at kind of like that time, and it like details how various cons like put various businesses out of business, how they ruin people, and like this is one of the places that got ruined by this massive thing of con artistry that happened in America, because at that time there was like a whole lot less. It was easier to con people,
Yes.
you know, because you didn't have the
Yes.
internet. You
It's
didn't
like
have con-
so it's like throwing money down the pit.
Yeah, well, no, the place was called the Money Pit. That was like what
Oh,
was
okay.
branded. And
Is there a reason like is it famous or is it?
it is famous for being like one of the ones that was hit hardest by con artists during the time. I can't remember the exact con that it got hit. It was like called the Big Store Con.
Okay.
Like, because all these different confidence tricks, they had different names. This one was called the Big Store. I can't remember the details of it. I'm very sorry. All I know is that it went massively bankrupt because so many people were just plowing onto this one, and it just went under, and now it doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
I think it was South Carolina, maybe. But memory is terrible. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Infi, what is the money pit? Tell me about this
yeah,
map.
it's,
Okay, so I actually watched this YouTuber called Steph play the adventure map.
Right.
And if essentially you're the
Sure.
protagonist and your father's just died, in his will, he goes, actually, I'm a funny guy, so I'm gonna hide all of my money in this like secret location, and you'll have to find it. And obviously, because you know the protagonist, he basically goes on a wild goose chase, and he finds that actually it was a pit under his house.
oh, so
And-
right back where you started.
Yeah.
The real treasure was inside your house.
Exactly, and it's a money pit.
I see. Do Minecraft adventure maps usually
This
come
is
from
what I'm
Wikipedia?
asking myself right
I'm
now.
trying to think.
Yeah. No, it does. I've seen several actually.
Is this like a really famous one?
No, I think it was just like
I
some.
think you can put anything on
You
Wikipedia.
put like
actually.
just some guy
Yeah,
just
but like,
had-
is this like a popular Minecraft adventure map, or is this like just this one person or like a couple people?
I mean, I can't say I played it, but I think like some like a fan of Steph plays like probably put it on there.
Okay.
And the Wikipedia people were just like okay.
Okay.
Sure. Well, it's
This is
Minecraft.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has a
We have-
legitimate reason for being on our Wikipedia.
We have an article for all these tiny obscure Scandinavian towns, so yeah, why not?
I bet this isn't.
I bet this
an article
article-
on like fandom wikia, is it?
No, like no
Okay.
more.
And I feel like I feel like the obscure Scandinavian towns are actually shorter than this article.
Probably.
It's just like one line, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, gambling in the 1700s, I'm going to have to disqualify
Aw.
because I think if there was this con called the Big Store that lost a bunch of people a bunch of money in the 1700s and swept over America,
Mhm.
you wouldn't be able to resist clicking on it and finding out what the con is.
It's okay. Well, you're wrong, but
The Oak Island mystery is like fairly believable. But I really want to believe there's a Minecraft map called the Money Pit, and someone has put that on Wikipedia.
I also want to
Yeah.
believe that we didn't pick Alice 3 times in a row.
That
But
would be unfortunate.
that would be.
Is it a Minecraft map?
What do you mean?
Is
Is the
are you telling the truth?
No.
Oh my god! Alice, I'm so sorry!
It's
This is Oak Island mystery.
Actually, I knew the article is called Oak Island Mysteries, but I knew it as the Money Pit because I read it in a
Fair.
Reader's Digest thing ages ago.
Holy shit, Alice! I'm so sorry! details off the top of my head, otherwise I would have included it. I fumbled. Also, I don't know if there were gambling rings in the 1700s, but I know there was a big con problem, like, at some point, and I've read the book that I referenced.
The other thing is that you stumbled for a name. Like, you said gambling ring or like a gambling something.
Watch me stumble when my article actually does come out.
But it's never gonna come out because Alice.
Because it's just Alice.
It's always Alice.
Okay. Cockery Chinket.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's the indigenous name for a type of eucalyptus tree.
It's a Romanian toy.
Okay.
Cocker and Chincat is a pair of archaeological sites.
Nice variety.
All right.
Yeah, so it's more commonly known as the rainbow eucalyptus, and the reason I picked it is because it looks fucking rad, actually. I wish I knew more about it apart from the fact that it's A, eucalyptus tree, B is called the rainbow eucalyptus, C is called that, but D, it really is rainbow. Like, I can't stress this enough. You look at it and there's, like, rainbow patterns all up the sides. It's, like, fucking iridescent holographic. Like, something you'd see out of the Lisa Frank illustration, except more boring, I guess, because 90% of it is wood. Short article, I picked it because it's rainbow. That's rad. Right?
All right.
Mostly found up in the Queensland region.
Is this like
That's anything.
gay tree?
Gay tree.
tree?
Gay
Yeah,
tree.
the tree said
And
gay
of
rights.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
that does.
Yeah.
Okay. This is like sort of like a ball that's like patterned to resemble an animal, and there's like a tradition actually, Romanian tradition.
So an animal? That's nothing. Continue. I'm sorry.
There's a Romanian tradition called, I think it's translated as Silver Day. I don't really know what it's called in Romanian. And it's basically where like parents would buy like a bunch of balls and they'd be of like different animals. And then essentially they'd put it all in like a bucket. And then their children would go in and they'd like pick a ball. And depending on the animal, it would have like different meanings. I don't remember all of them, but I remember if you get like a cat, it would mean that you're very intelligent and you know you would like do good in
Cats.
studies and
Cats
stuff like
known
that.
for intelligence.
And okay, did you say these were silver balls?
No, the tradition, like the day is called Silver Day, but the
Okay.
balls are like different colors.
Okay. And this is from where?
Romania.
Okay.
Alice knows all about Romania. You've walked into her trip.
Okay. So Cocker and Chincat.
Yeah?
Cocker.
Yep. Slowly.
Cocker and Chincat. I think it is chat at the end. Okay. It's a set of archaeological sites, right? At one of the sites, there is apparently ritualized cow remains, which I thought was quite fun. There are also 11 dead bodies, and the reason why this place is important is that this is one of the first places that teeth alterations were recorded.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Because teeth get preserved, right? So it's like women getting their teeth filed for a ritual, for like a cultural reasons, theoretically. I think like there was Cocker and Chin Chat Nord, and then Cocker and Kin Chat
You're struggling so hard on that.
Sun.
Like, we didn't try.
we just
We're
didn't say
smart.
it.
We read the Wikipedia article and we were like, yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, not even safety of my own.
I'm trying to pronounce the nouns. But yes, I mostly picked that for teeth and cows.
I need you to elaborate on ritualized cows.
Yeah, that's all it said.
Okay.
And, it's like, and it said clarification needed.
Yeah, no, citation is needed. for
Citation
much.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Alice?
Any questions?
Yes, for the class.
We get a class now.
Are we the class?
Yeah.
Is she the class? We're schooling her.
You said this tree was found in
Queensland region.
Queensland
Yeah.
region.
You know,
Yeah.
The up.
Yeah.
like most of it was kind of most of the rest of the article was just kind of scientific stuff on where it grows, and my eyes glazed over. I'm going to be honest. I was just there for the rainbows.
All right. So here's the thing. I am not convinced by Jan, because if you had to remember what the article was in order to write it down, you would probably have not got the last two syllables completely mixed around
Every single time.
every single time. Honestly, you two, that's pretty close. See, you seemed pretty sure of yourself, but you also seemed pretty sure of yourself.
That's the game, baby.
But honestly, I'm gonna go with Yunfei.
I am wrong.
Okay.
I'm lying.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Conquering in
Are
chat.
you serious?
Yes. Okay, so ritualistic cow remains that need clarification.
It doesn't
It does need clarification.
Jen!
Look, okay, I got
I
it.
get the last syllable completely wrong.
Okay, can you say it? Can you say it from memory?
Kakuri Junka.
And she just read it like the ones.
Once.
It
I read
it
it
has
once.
been an hour since I wrote it down.
That's, you know what? That's fair. It's a weird name. Why did you pick the weird name, Jen?
Because ritualistic cow remains that need
I
clarification.
would not have.
And I kind of figured it doesn't.
Rainbow eucalyptus does exist. It is the only.
Yes, but that doesn't sound like something that they would call it.
Sure, yeah, I was panicking. It's the only eucalyptus tree that doesn't grow in Australia, and it does look cool. Please
Okay.
look it up. It's very neat.
See, I believed it existed,
Yeah.
but I did not believe that was its name.
Fair. Well, we didn't pick Alice.
We didn't indeed.
The fourth time. That's
Okay,
I
so
should
that's-
have picked mine.
good round. Hi, hopefully you're enjoying this experimental format that I seem to be doing. We ended up doing 8 rounds of this game in total, so I decided to just split it up just to make things a bit easier for everybody. So the next part should be up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, consider doing the usual things that YouTubers tend to ask at times like this in the video. Also, feel free to hunt me down on Twitter, where I occasionally post updates and sometimes talk about my weird niche interests, so that's a fun thing. Also, hunt me down on Ko-fi, where you can throw money at me. Or you can throw weird horse facts at me, which I don't want to see, but you can throw them at me anyway, because people seem to like doing that to me. And thank you to Alice, Janice, and Yumpi for being horrible, terrible, lying monsters with me. It was tons of fun, and probably we're gonna end up doing something like it again. So, yeah. Who knows when that'll be? Not me. Nobody knows, because time is an illusion created by capitalism to sell things like coffee and day planners to an unwilling populace. So that's fun. Okay, bye.